Hey, what's going on, you crazy kitty cats? It's Elder here. Before we get into the video, I wanted to take a quick second to shout out our Discord server and our Teespring store. For a limited time, you can type in the discount code ELDER at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. With that being said, let's dive right into today's video topic, which honestly, I'm extremely excited for. 5 unsolved mysteries and phenomenon. See, many times when I'm looking for mysteries around the internet or just mysteries in general, there are cases with either not a lot of context around them or just mysteries with not a lot of, content in general that don't really warrant an entire video but still deserve analysis and are extremely interesting to me. So today, we're going to be taking an exploration into 5 smaller unsolved mysteries. Number 1. San Francisco Satanic Beheadings. On February 8, 1981, a homeless man was sleeping in the Golden State Park when he was attacked by unknown hooded assailants. Shortly after the attack, police were called to come investigate the murder. Now, this wasn't your run-of-the-mill attack, however. This man had been decapitated during the attack, and his head had been stolen. What really adds the layer of mystery to this that really kind of confuses me is the fact that a chicken had been stuffed down the man's throat. Obviously fearing some kind of occult activity, or just a mentally deranged murderer on the loose in general, the police called in an occult expert, who said it could be part of a dark ritual involving Palo Mayombe. What really makes this mystery so perplexing is the fact that the expert had police at the crime scene 42 days after the mystery. He suspected that they would return the head to complete the ritual of Palo Mayombe on the 42nd day after the murder. The police were ready and waiting on the 42nd day after the murder, and just as suspected, the head was returned to the site of the murder. However, despite police being there, nobody was spotted returning the head, and the murder's still unpunished to this day. There are various theories on how they didn't get caught returning the head. While the obvious candidates are police negligence among other things, some people say the police could have been in on it, or possibly paid off or even in the cult so they could complete their ritual. Whatever the case, this is an extremely odd case, and it's really interesting to look into. You'll have to draw your own conclusions on what you think happened. Number 2. San Francisco Ghost Blimp. In early 1942, at the height of World War II, people in San Francisco saw something that nobody would have expected. They saw a weathered, broken blimp slowly drifting out of the sky towards an apartment complex. The mysterious object hit a rooftop and then got caught in a group of power lines which it took down with it, eventually landing on the ground and causing a massive amount of structural damage to the area as well as power grid damage. People obviously rushed to help whoever was inside this gargantuan machine, only to discover that the cabin was entirely empty. Everything in the blimp looked normal, and what's stranger is that all of the electronics and engines worked perfectly. Now, people end up having to jump out of aircraft when they fail often, but no lifeboats or parachutes were missing from the blimp after it was discovered. Why or how would an entire crew disappear from a blimp that was working perfectly and not bring a parachute? Was this some kind of mass suicide? And if so, why were bodies not found falling out of the sky? It's honestly an extremely interesting case, and very little has been found on it or documented. Tell me what you guys think could have happened in the comments below. Number 3. The Devil's Footprints. Now, this mystery doesn't really have much on it just due to how old it is, but to this day, it remains extremely infamous, just for the strange one-time phenomenon that it truly is. The devil's footprints were found in February 1855. It was a snowy night in Dover, England. Many townspeople awoke the next morning, finding hoof-like footprints either surrounding their homes in extremely strange patterns, or just up to their doorsteps. Now, something like this would be common, as something like a deer would be snooping around, possibly looking for food. However, the footprints were all in a straight line, which is something a creature like a deer or horse couldn't produce. When you add this with the fact that most of these hoof-like footprints weren't just found all willy-nilly, rather leading up to people's steps in their front doors and many around their town center, it makes you wonder just what was walking around Dover that night. Was it just a deer that wasn't identified properly by the townsfolk? And if so, why were the footprints so much different than a deer? Was it a prank played by local children? Or was something more sinister going on here? In the end, that's for you to decide. Number 4. Ranma Dong. In 1947, American ships were navigating the strait between Malaysia and Singapore when they received a distress call. And it wasn't your run-of-the-mill distress call either. This is what they received. SOS from Ranma Dong. We float. All officers, including the captain, dead in chart room and on the bridge. Probably whole of crew dead. I die. Obviously, with such a chilling outcry, the American vessels tried to track down the Ranma Dong and were eventually successful. What they found when they got there, however, was even more horrifying. When they boarded the Malaysian warboat, they discovered the whole of the crew dead, some with their mouths and eyes agape. As they were exploring the ship, they realized that a fire had broken out on the already damaged ship, and after a while they were forced to get back in their boats and watch the Ranma Dong sink to the bottom of the ocean. Many people believe that the ship was transporting some kind of chemical weapons. However, the ship has never been recovered, and there was never any official cause of death for those aboard the ship. How did this outcry get through? And more importantly, why? What could have caused this? There are various theories ranging from chemical weapons irradiating those aboard the ship to American soldiers potentially being the cause of the deaths. Whatever the case, it surely is something interesting to look into. Number 5. The Phantom Barber. This last mystery is honestly astounding to me personally, and the fact that so few people have heard about it kind of astounds me. In early 1942, in the small town of Pascagoula, Mississippi, they woke up with quite the surprise. The basic concept of this mystery is that a person, or potentially group of people, were sneaking into people's homes very late at night and cutting off hair from sleeping residents. The hair was always taken, however, nothing else was. In fact, this Phantom Barber never stole anything else from the house or harmed anybody. He simply entered unsecure homes, grabbed locks of their hair, and left. Thousands of people woke up in the town to missing hair, and multiple arrests were made. However, without any real evidence, and all of the suspects passing lie detector tests, nobody was concretely convicted. This mystery's always plagued me. If it were some kind of occult activity, why not steal more than hair? And if it were just a group of thugs or a harmless prank, why risk your life to enter someone's home where they would legally be allowed to defend their homes, possibly at the cost of your life? Whoever wanted this hair desperately wanted it. It just doesn't add up. Furthermore, the scale of it leads me to believe that more than just one person was doing it, as thousands of people woke up without their hair. Theories range from cult activity to people's hair falling out of natural causes like tainted water and blaming it on a person in some kind of mass hysteria. Whatever the case may be, this has always interested me so much, and it really makes you wonder what intentions somebody like that must have for all that hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. I come across so many smaller mysteries that aren't quite big enough for their own video, and wanted to get a chance to share them with you guys. If you like this and want more, be sure to let me know in the comments section below, and by liking the video, it helps the channel a ton. Tell me if you guys have any other smaller mysteries you want me to cover in the comments section below as well, and we could possibly have a part 2. Sorry for being away for so long. I've been incredibly busy, and I hope to get more consistent content out to you guys. I'm working on something pretty big right now, and it will absolutely be worth the wait. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys very soon with a very special upload. Peace.